Welcome to yet another episode of Cheap and Cheerful. Today we're looking at The Overlooked with a little title called Kairo. Kairo is an atmospheric exploration puzzle game. In it, you find yourself in a mysterious world devoid of life. You explore ruins of unknown origin and function, reactivating the old machines and mechanisms left behind, searching for answers. A big reason this game is overlooked is how it looks, particularly in screenshots. It appears to be built solely from stock assets and textures, making it easy to brush off as just another piece of amateur shovelware. The grainy filter also works much better in-game than in pictures. This couldn't be further from the truth, though. Kairo has some of the very best atmospheric world design I have ever experienced. The very basic geometry, coupled with excellent sound design and haunting music, gives the world a distinct alien feel that is so effective at building a creepy atmosphere, it gave me very real physical reactions. Raised hairs, goosebumps, and crawling skin were all common throughout my playthrough, along with the uncanny feeling of being watched. The excellent game design continues into the puzzles as well. Using nothing but visual cues and the game world itself, each puzzle is amazingly intuitive while still being unique. The game's ability to teach simply by letting the players get their hands dirty, but without resorting to brute force, feels great, and when you fail, you almost always see the mistake and feel like you've learned something for your next attempt. On top of the exploration and puzzles required to complete the game, there are some optional collectibles and hidden rooms scattered throughout. Most intriguing, and a little disappointing, are the 3 optional puzzles, which are much harder than the rest, with vague hints and clues scattered throughout the world. It seems that these puzzles were intended and completed as community puzzles soon after the game's launched, solved through the collective knowledge and brainpower of the most curious and insistent players. The disappointment, of course, is not the game's fault, since you can dig up most of the old forums and complete the puzzles. It's just more fun to be in the thick of the mystery. So what sort of value does Kairo hold? A single playthrough nets around 6 hours if you get help with the collectibles you miss and the meta puzzles. If you try to solve these simply on your own, it will take much longer. Depending on the type of person you are, you may find multiple playthroughs enlightening. Personally, I like to leave the memories of my first visceral playthrough untouched. Either way, this is yet another game that hits the portal zone lengthwise. Definitely worth your time. Personally, I think everyone should play this game, but it will be of particular interest to people who like those creepy quote-unquote walking simulators, fans of first-person puzzle solving, and anyone who is looking for a game they can dig into and analyze, much like you would the work of a philosopher. Also, every game dev out there, or anyone interested in game design, could learn a lot by analyzing this game. So, that has been Kairo. This has been Cheap and Cheerful. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the new Steam group where I'll be curating a list of all the recommendations from this series.